It's day 86. Grab your worksheet. Let's get started. Capitalization, read over it, make the corrections on your own, and then at the end of the video, you can see if you were right. Punctuation. Use quotation marks around each set of words in a split quotation. Place a comma after the first part of the quotation if it is unfinished. Place a comma after the speaker plus verb or the verb plus speaker. Example, quotation marks, garlic, comma, quotation marks, said Francis, comma, quotation marks, has ingredients that are good for your body, period, quotation marks. A period or a comma or a question mark or an exclamation mark is placed inside the quotation marks. All right, so let's take a look at the sample sentence that you need to punctuate. Is mighty spelt M-I-G-H-T-Y, asked Trudy, or do I double the T? All right, well, let's figure out where the quotation starts. It starts right at the beginning. So quotation marks, is mighty spelled? All right, now we're making emphasis of mighty, so you're going to underline mighty. Is mighty spelled? Now you have letters in series that are being represented individually, not as a word. So you would go M-I-G-H-T-Y-. Then we see the next word is asked, Trudy. So we know that there's actually a pause in the quotation. So it will be quotation marks is mighty spelled M-I-G-H-T-Y, comma, quotation marks, asked Trudy, comma, because she's still speaking, she's not done yet, we don't put a period, it's a comma, quotation marks, or do I double the T? Because we are emphasizing T here, we're going to underline T. It's a question that's being asked, so there would be a question mark, and then there would be the quotation marks. So what you should have is mighty spelled M-I-G-H-T-Y, comma, quotation marks, asked Trudy, comma, quotation marks, or do I double the T, question mark, quotation marks. Okay, good job. Next section, parts of speech, nouns. Write the possessive noun and the object or objects possessed. Coupons issued by more than one company would be the company's coupons. But first, over here, if you have company singular, it's spelled like that, but they said more than one company, so it would become companies. So when you change company to plural, you drop the Y, add an I-E-S. So keep that spelling in mind now as you come up with companies' coupons. Companies' coupons would be S apostrophe and then coupons. A study belonging to more than one woman. All right, so if we have more than one woman, we have the plural of women, which would be women. So woman becomes women. Now come back. A study belonging to more than one woman would be the women's study. Women's apostrophe S study. And then C, volunteers at an animal shelter would be the animal shelter's volunteers. This one's pretty straightforward. Animal shelters volunteers. Okay, so what you did there was you changed the phrase to a possessive noun with the object possessed after it. Next thing that we're going to review is the difference between a compound, a complex, and a compound-complex sentence. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and one or more dependent subordinate clauses. Example, if we leave now, we will arrive on time. In that sample sentence, if we leave now is the subordinate clause, and we will arrive on time is the independent clause. If you have an independent clause with a dependent clause, it is a complex sentence. A compound sentence contains two independent clauses. Hannah will come to the picnic, but she won't play any games. She won't play any games and Hannah will come to the picnic are both independent clauses. Therefore, this is a compound sentence. Now they want you to place a filled in circle before a complex sentence. So let's take a look at 4A. Is it compound or complex? She had surprised him with her news and he wasn't sure how to react. Let's take a look at that. We've got an independent clause. She surprised him with her news. We have another independent clause. He wasn't sure how to react. So that is a compound sentence. They only want the filled in circle if it's a complex sentence. So just so I know you didn't skip it, just put a dash there. Okay. So I know that it's not complex, but I didn't just skip the question. And then B. Even though the officer was in a hurry, his demeanor was calm. Even though the officer was in a hurry is a subordinate clause. His demeanor was calm is an independent clause. So we know if you have a dependent clause with an independent clause, that is a complex sentence. There we go. Dot is circled and filled in. All right. Now we have sentence combining. You guys can combine those three into one. I'll take a look at them when you hand the assignments in. And you should have taken care of the capitalization on your own, so I'm just going to hold it up and I will read the sentence. The Noronic, the largest ship on the Great Lakes, was docked at a pier in Toronto, Ontario. All right, so you can see here which words should have been capitalized. If you didn't have it, correct it. If you did have it correct, good job. All right, that's it for today, guys. Good job. God bless you.